Hey guys, Josh with LynkSpyder. So we're on day 2 of the Lumix GH7 from Panasonic. And one thing that I failed to mention yesterday, and this is throughout the board with everything that we've always done, we do not accept equipment from manufacturers to test. Anything that we're testing, we have zero relationship with the manufacturer. In this case of this camera, and like with all the other cameras that we test out, if there's something that we're interested in, if something that we think is beneficial to our customer base, we actually will go out and buy it and test it on our own. That way, there's never any concern that the manufacturer is swaying our reviews. That's not to be disparaging to folks that are sponsored by a manufacturer. Certainly, the more information we can get out, the better. But you also need to have non-biased opinions that are free to speak openly without worry that they're going to sever a relationship with a manufacturer and maybe not get future stuff from them. That's not a worry from us because we're paying for it ourselves. So again, day 2. So we played with the camera quite a bit last night. There's still a lot of things that we're adding to the rolling review on our website that we like and don't like. One of the things that we played with last night is one of the Nikon 2 micro 4/3 mounts with some of our really nice Nikon glass. For the most part, that worked really, really well. It allowed the control of the aperture on our G lenses, which we were not able to do on the Mevo Core. It would not recognize the adapter's ability to change the aperture. So that's kind of a big deal. We're still using the 1442 lens from Panasonic on this test, but as you can see from the lower thirds and the picture-in-picture, we're also using the Mevo MultiCam app, and we're bringing this camera in via an HDMI port and an HDMI capture card on an iPad, and then of course the picture-in-picture is connected through wireless. The picture-in-picture option you see up here is the Mevo Core, and this day 2 test we actually tried to do yesterday, but the video captured great, but the audio was horrendous. We were trying to bring audio through the HDMI into the iPad, and that just flat didn't work. The GH7 will not recognize the USB interface of our Rode Wireless Pro. So on all the Mevo cameras and some other cameras, you're able to actually plug in the USB from the receiver on the Rode device into the camera, and the camera will pick it up. That does not work on this GH7. We're going to reach out to Panasonic and find out if that's an option that maybe we just haven't got enabled, but at this point, that does not work. We don't like to plug it in through the wired port. So these receivers are digital. Okay, so if you go through that wired port, that phone port, that's going to convert it to analog. And when it goes back into the camera, it's digital again. And in my opinion, while you may not be able to discern a noticeable change, there is going to be a change, and it's an overhead on either one of the devices that's just unnecessary. So we certainly like to use USB. So again, because we've got the Core going, and because in the Multicam app you're able to select your audio source, we've just plugged the receiver in that phone, in that camera, and then I've got the transmitter right here, and so that hopefully has given us some good audio to play with. So again, the Mevo MultiCam app gives us the ability to do the lower thirds, which gives a little bit more information. And we're sitting in a car. I like to do these things because it's as comfortable and mobile as you can get, and it lets us test what it would be like to basically take a setup out in the field and know that you've got everything you need. So for the most part, things are going really, really well at this point. We're going to continue to update, but this camera is allowing us to do a lot of the things that we want to do, specifically in the Mevo MultiCam app. So if you guys have things that you want us to test, don't hesitate to reach out. Josh at LynkSpyder. Thanks a lot.